Good evening, good morning, good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. So, just in advance, I'm sitting near a window. So if you hear any noises or any craziness in the background, please don't be alarmed. Now, again, here I go, trying to talk about this credit, right, that we can accrue with the universe, as opposed to our debt. But the creator said no, he wants to discuss gifts and talents. Now, we did go over this briefly, but we never dedicated an entire segment to it. So here we go. All right. Now, there's a difference between gifts and talents. Typically, gifts you're born with, talents are molded, cultivated, and practiced, right? The creator can give you both, but in a traditional scenario or a typical scenario, absolutely. There are, a few things that cannot be taught, right? There's this saying like, it's in you, not on you, right? This is in regards to things that people are born with, as opposed to going out and buying them or learning them or stealing them, right? Now, in most cases in spirituality, your gifts can be developed, right? Now, people on the downside of spirituality, or people who are dark or negative, they tend to set out to steal the gifts of people who the creator had selected for those gifts. I'm not going to go into that because that's a whole different topic, but we can focus on the ability to extract this energy and this gift, right? And we've gone over this, right? The desire to steal gifts, to block gifts, to, confuse the gifts. All of those things are definitely going to happen when you're being spiritually attacked. The thing is, when the creator writes your script, right, all of that stuff is written in the footnotes. A lot of people don't pay attention. They just simply don't care, right? Now, there are spiritual gifts that are related to being able to see and hear into the different, types of not only realms, but just the overall ideal and idea, to be able to see and hear into the spirit world, right? And we've discussed being clairsentient, clairvoyant, clairaudient, right? We've discussed that. Now, we definitely have people who have the ability to have dreams, right? They can touch things, they can smell things, they have the 6 and 7 sense, right? So it is all determined on the bloodline, because some bloodlines are completely gifted with gifts and talents. Some have the ability to create room for more gifts to be bestowed upon that bloodline, depending on who is currently, activating them and how they're being used. And these are the same gifts, right, that are used to wreak havoc on people. So what do I mean? People who are clairvoyant, right? These are all gifts from the creator. The creator will gift you, but how you use that gift is up to you. And that's going to determine your karma, the curses placed on your bloodline, and the ascension or descension value of your overall soul and its purpose. Now, again, a lot of us don't have the full understanding of these different abilities. Now, remind you, these are all psychic abilities. Being able to foresee things before they happen in many ways is essentially what this is, right? Again, some dream, some can hear, some can smell, and we've gone into the senses. But this is just a little bit deeper because a lot of people are not fully walking or using their gifts. They mainly rely on their talents. And we don't have to necessarily go into the difference because it's self-explanatory, right? The gifts are given. The talents are earned or received. Again, some bloodlines have talents that are attached, and those talents are usually parallel or directly correlated to the gifts, right? So let's just say you have the gift of being able to sing, but God has given you the ability to write. Now, this is one of those things that can be vice versa. You've been given the gift of writing, right? And then you learn how to sing. You engage on the talent of singing, of being able to practice. Now, this is just one example of how gifts and talents can be interchangeable, and how usually your gift is related to a talent that the Creator will allow you to seek interest in or gain or have access to, right? In order to be able to master it. Because what happens is your talent is going to allow you to use your gift, and your gift is going to allow you to expand in the spirit world. Again, talents don't necessarily have to be something that is learned. The Creator can give you a gift and a talent so you can feel more comfortable using your gift, or so it can make more sense to those who are looking through 3D eyes. Now, I believe the Creator wanted to just basically touch on the concept that we're all spiritually gifted, and the ways that we go about expressing or using those gifts is the key, right? It's important. I don't necessarily believe a lot of people who practice dark arts understand that the Creator had given them these gifts not to attack people, but to be of service to the world. Now, here is the kicker, right? And we've discussed this, but it's important to be mindful. The Creator will sometimes allow people to act as karma in this realm. Meaning, if the Creator gives someone the ability of foresight in any way, whether it's telepathy, it's dreams, it's vision, you're clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, however it goes, right? People who practice these dark arts, who haven't taken it upon themselves to spiritually attack people, are usually using these gifts to attack people because God said that was their job, right? So there is a distinct difference between practicing dark arts to attack people and steal their gifts, or doing it because God gave you the gavel. God gave you the permission. God made you a judge. He allowed you to be able to have that authority in this dimension. It's important to understand that there is no line between the gifts. The way you use them is going to determine your karma and how everything that comes after you, connected to you by the blood, is going to develop and be blessed. Now, if you have these gifts and you're just attacking people because you're crazy and you're jealous and you've allowed the darker side to consume you, it's important for you to be reminded that the Creator gave you those gifts, not to make money in unconventional, unwritten ways, not for you to spiritually spy on people, not for you to spiritually exalt people and extort them out of their gifts, but simply because you have to understand that you come from a place that has endowed you with the ability to carry out supernatural things. Not everyone has the same level of gifts, right? Now, talents, you can sculpt yourself and you can work, as hard as Beyonce. You're going to only get to a certain limit, because this is a human thing. But the Creator will advance your gifts. The more you use them for your purpose, the more the usage of those gifts are directly correlated to the reason not only why you were given them, but also the reason why you have them in the first place. It's a big difference. So the overall idea is to find out why God gave you those gifts. And 9 times out of 10, if you're being spiritually attacked and you have gifts for a particular purpose, and like all these reasons why the Creator put you here at this time in this place, then you already know why you have the gifts. The thing is that the Creator wants us to support one another, help one another, be there, build each other up, and teach one another about Him, about God, about, just His overall presence and what it is that's required to not only maintain a relationship with Him, but to gain insight into the spiritual world. What's your relationship like with your angels, your ancestors, complete strangers? Like, how do you move about in the world, and how does these different dynamics in all of these relationships help you use your gifts? Once you can make the connection between your gifts and your purpose, you're on the right path. Once you can say, okay, I know God gave me the ability to speak things into existence, to intercede on other people's behalf, and then He put me in the midst of people who need spiritual guidance, spiritual reliefs, spiritual insight. Your ability to communicate those things is going to lead you to your purpose, to why He has given you these gifts, to where He wants you to be. And sometimes, if you're not careful, you'll take on things that are not assigned to you because of the gift. And that's okay. If God said it's okay, right? But in reality and in the interim, before we go, your history, your family history, on both sides is going to always point you in the proper direction. So if you ever have some kind of confusion, always look at your family, mainly your parents and their parents, and look at the things that they're battling with. And that thing that they're battling with should be able to be dissolved by your gift. If not, you need to start reevaluating some things, okay? And your understanding and perception.